33 seed. And like I said, they're about ready to fire off, and they are underway. We'll get this synced up in just a minute, and we'll see what strategies they use. Right now, Ben powering up in 1-1, and TJK deciding to forego the power-ups in 1-1.
Probably looking to go for 1-3 and 1-4 for the power-ups for TJ. Ben going 1-1 and probably 1-2 is the safer route, especially for All-Stars. One of the big things is the Piranha plants that you'll see throughout the game. They fixed the hitbox in All-Stars, where instead of being able to jump through the plants, you actually will get hit by them. So to get fire in 1-2, you'll be able to blast them and get through it quicker.
Absolutely. So we do see indeed Ben grab the power up here. TJ, we'll see if he uses a safe strategy. He's going for it, and he runs into the Koopa. That is a tight jump. There's a few frame window. You can jump over that Koopa without bonking your head on the bricks. Unfortunately, he took a death there, so we'll see if he takes the safe strategy. This time he does. He jumps into that little cubby, kicks the Koopa shell, and is on his way in 1-2, taking the early death there.
All right, Ben is through 1-2, so now that he's got the lead, we'll see what happens once they get out of 1-4. That's where you'll start to see the time go.
Absolutely. So once they've both completed their strategies of getting their power-ups, we can really see where they shake out in relation to each other. Ben is fully powered up now, and he'll be able to run through 1-3 without slowing down at all, hopefully. And TJ, I believe you'll see grab the power-up here.
Yep. Ooh, missed the fast grab on the power-up. You are able, with a quick enough jump, to grab the power-up from below the box.
Yeah, you clip into the coin block there in this version. So he's going to do a little slowdown to avoid getting a 6 on the timer. That would give you 6 fireworks, which wastes about 3.5 seconds if you were to get 6 fireworks. So he had to do a little slowdown to get a 255 at the end of the level to avoid getting a 256, which the 6 in the ones digit would give you the fireworks. So no fireworks for TJ in this level.
All right, Ben with the fire kill, and now you're going to see that timer count down and give Mario all those points. You want to kill Bowser with fire at the end of the world because you skip the animation at the bridge, which will save you time.
Absolutely. So that bridge collapsing and then collapsing, then Bowser falling into the lava, that wastes a couple seconds there. So you do want to do the fire kill on Bowser. That is quicker. So now we're into World 2. Ben, now TJ as well into World 2. We'll see what strategies they use if these guys go with plant kills, or if they take the plants a little bit safer. It's really all about whatever you're comfortable with in these levels. And Ben gets through very nicely with a 3:39 on the timer. TJ hot on his heels. Really well done in this level. He gets a 3:44, so 1 in-game second off of the optimal time there for TJ.
All right, now we're heading into 2-2, our first swim of the run. In here, there is no quicker way. You just got to swim through, and you got to blast all the cheeps and the bloopers with the fireballs, lest they get in your way.
And here you'll see a little bit of difference as well in terms of the hitboxes. I think they're, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Sport, but I think the blooper hitboxes are a little more forgiving on All-Stars when you're trying to shoot. And we see TJ take a hit, but sometimes in the NES version, you can, what looks like shoot a blooper and it'll kind of go right through him just because it just barely misses his hitbox, either high or low.
But you can also use that to your advantage in a tight window where Mario can swim through that hitbox as well. But you're right, 2-2 is easier to blast him with fire with a fixed hitbox.
Absolutely. So TJ did take that hit in that narrow corridor in 2-2. We'll see if he tries to grab the power-up in 2-3. It can be a little bit treacherous because you'll have a lot of cheap cheeps. This is our first cheap sheep dash. The other one coming in 7-3. It can be a little bit treacherous if you get a bad cheap when you're trying to grab this power-up in 2-3.
The other advantage to All-Stars is it's a more consistent cheat pattern. You don't tend to get a lot of the low cheats, or kind of what you'll see is a random cheat in the NES version of the run.
Very nicely done by TJ to grab that power-up, and then with a little bit of what we call a stair boss, but no big deal there. Very nice level for him, 2:38 on the timer, and he continues into our second castle level, 2-4.
All right, TJ avoids fireworks yet again. Now that we're getting into the castles, another great advantage to All-Stars is there's no such thing as what we like to call a load-a-boo, where those fireball potaboos that you see lifting out of the ground, they always go high. They never go low on you.
Very good strategy by Ben there to take it a little bit safe, and then unfortunately he does get the Bowser fire that hits him. And there you can see the animation. He had to grab the axe because he no longer had firepower. And so you see the bridge collapse and Bowser fall into the lava. TJ, meanwhile, gets the fire kill on Bowser and touches the axe. So these two are pretty much neck and neck, but Ben will have to grab power-ups at some point.
All right. Ben opting not to grab the first power-up in 3-1.
Looks like he thought about it and then maybe thought better about it. And there are other power-ups to grab in 3-1, so I think it's a very wise decision by him. If you're unsure, just don't take a death there and continue on your way.
It's a very risky grab indeed. All right, now he's took a death going for the power-up.
Really nice at the end for TJ on the stairs there. He snipes the first Koopa out of the way and jumps over the second. So he did the optimal stairs in 3-1. Very nice.
All right, Ben this time avoids the Goomba, gets through the Koopas, and is able to continue. 3-2 is another straightforward platforming level. Not a whole lot you got to do. Make sure you hit the proper enemies when you have to, but mostly just make sure you jump.
That's right.
Another beautiful stair by TJ, 245.
And we'll see Ben probably try to grab this power-up here. So that first coin block has a power-up, and he's back underway with firepower.
Now, another interesting strat that could be taken is that second set of blocks there does contain a star. If either of the runner had felt uncomfortable, they could have grabbed it and just ran right through the level. Both runners feeling very confident about their skills getting through there.
So TJ is about to enter our third castle level, 3-4. This is a very interesting level because there's lots of potaboos, there are lots of fire bars, and if you don't know the pattern to expect, you have to play 3-4 a little bit safe to avoid getting hit by these potaboos. So I'm sure, oh no, we'll see TJ fell into the hole there and took a death, so he will have to start the level over again without power. We'll see if he grabs, there is a power up in 3-4. We'll see if he grabs it, so he gets past that first potaboo. And does indeed get the mushroom.
Right,
now we're at the potaboo gauntlet. Well done by TJ. Good safe strategy to get past the potaboos. Now it's Ben's turn, and again, Spork, as you were talking about, this is where you'll always get the nice high potaboos on the All-Star version, so it makes it a little more consistent. And Ben did take a hit, but he used his iframes to go through that fireball. It was a little bit tough to see because I think he's probably running 30 frames per second, and the iframes flash every other second. So it looked like he was just full Mario.
Another death for TJ falling in the pit in 4-1. And a game over.
That was intentional death by TJ. Strategic death there.
Okay. I didn't know he was at the 1 life, so... Alright, Ben regaining power-ups here in 4-1. 4-1 is a big difference, like I said, with the hitbox on the Piranha Plants for All-Stars, where you see TJ being able to jump over them. Ben is going to have to time his jumps accordingly and be careful not to touch them.
Yep, so we got a flagpole glitch by TJK. Very nicely done. So that trick that you just saw there, where the flag did not come down, it requires about 5 frame perfect inputs to glitch into that block and skip the flag animation coming down. Save 0.35 seconds. Really nicely done by TJ. And I think that's the reason he didn't want to grab power-ups in 4-1, so he could show off the flagpole glitch. He forewarned me ahead of time that he would be looking to do some flagpole glitches.
I think that is the first one this tournament. Flagpole glitch is possible in All-Stars, but also not practical. The inputs, especially in 4-1, are a lot harder than in the NES version. So both runners getting through 4-2 with relative ease.
I did want to talk about what Ben did there, or not Ben, TJ did there in 4-1. He intentionally took that death. So for those of you who may not be as familiar with SMB 1, you can use essentially what's called a continue code, whereas if you game over, you'll go back to the title screen, to the start of the game, and if you hold A and press start, it'll take you back to the beginning of that world. So if you were to die in 4-3 and game over, you would go back to 4-1. But doing it in the very beginning of 4-1 only costs you about like 8 to 10 seconds. So it was a very strategic death, so he could regain all 3 lives and start the beginning of 4-1 again with 3 lives instead of 1 life.
In All-Stars version, you actually have 5 lives in the Super Mario Brothers run, and also you don't have to worry about the continue code. It has a menu that prompts you to continue, but the same rules apply. You go right back to the beginning of the world. All right, now we're into 4-4, our first maze. TJ going for a clip that he did not get. And, oh, gets hit by the forward Bowser.
Get hit by Bowser, loses his power-up. Ben, meanwhile, also hit by the forward Bowser. So once again, neck and neck. Both of them in the small Mario unpowered up state. Very interesting situation we got here heading into World 5. World 5, of course, being one of the toughest worlds in the speedrun. Lots of things can go wrong. Usually not so much in 5-1. I hope I'm not commentating, cursing anybody. But very often in 5-2, 5-3, and 5-4 is a really tough gauntlet.
Definitely one of the harder worlds to run through in the game. There is a safety star, which I see Ben is going to go for right now, that will help you get through 5-1 a little cleaner. But for the most part, in both versions, pretty much the same level.
5-2, this cannon could shoot a bullet bill and hit you in the face. Luckily for TJ, it does not, and he powers right through the beginning of the level.
A very nice hit on the Hammer Bro there, too. Getting ahead of it before it fires at you.
And he'll grab the mushroom here. Meanwhile, Ben opting for the mushroom at the beginning of the level, so different strategies employed by each runner. Just, again, whatever you are most comfortable with.
All right, 37. Oh, another hit for Ben.
And he will grab the power-up here. I think very easy decision because that's one of the easiest power-ups in the game to get.
So, and by getting that early power-up, oh, another death.
And TJ takes a death, and this is where I was going to say it gets really tough because of the bullet bills. If you don't know the frame rule that you are on, or the time in the game that you're on, you'll get different patterns for these bullet bills. So they are essentially random for these guys right now. They don't know what patterns to expect, and it'll be interesting to see if we get any crazy bullet bill dodges by either of these runners.
Another big difference, and you saw TJ bop the Goomba there, that's in order to spawn the platform. Ben not doing it as quickly. In the All-Stars version, you don't have to worry about any of the despawns that you get in the game. That platform will not despawn. You don't have to worry about hitting the Goomba with the fireball or stomping on it. You can just go ahead and go about your day.
All right, we're into 5-4. TJ grabbing the mushroom. Very nicely done. It's a pretty difficult power-up to get. If you miss it either the first or maybe a quick second try, you're pretty much going to have to skip getting that power-up if you're small Mario.
That was a very good grab. We cannot overstate enough how difficult that grab is.
Meanwhile, Ben going through the fire bar section and up to the elevators. We'll see how he plays the end of this level. And this is, again, where you see the nice high POTA boost works out in his favor, and he's able to fire kill Bowser. He's a little bit behind TJ, but he will make up time with that fire kill. And, of course, he also doesn't need to power up. TJ going into 6-1, there are 2 really nice power-ups to grab, so I'm sure we'll see him grab both of them here.
All right, opting to run forward and give himself enough room with the Lakitu.
This second one could be a little bit trickier for TJ to grab, just because it's a little bit tighter of an area, and Lakitu can do some damage, as we just see right there. So TJ back without power-up. Ben finishing 6-1, TJ finishing 6-1, Ben with a small lead in time and also the power-up advantage. So we are heading into 6-2, which is a really tough but fun level. Lots of piranha plants you have to shoot out of the way if you have fire.
And especially having fire and all-stars is very important in 6-2, again with the hitboxes. You will see a lot of differences in the approach that both runners will take in this.
Absolutely, and we see TJ grabs the first mushroom right at the beginning. We'll see if he does anything else with the power-ups. There is a star you can get in this level to play at the end of the level easier. He chooses not to grab the star,
Ben does.
He will just Ben does, so there we go. And they are literally neck and neck, but once again, Ben with the advantage of having the star there, and TJ had to slow down and wait for the plants a little bit. So both runners heading into 6-3. There's another power-up you can grab in 6-3. We'll see if either of these do because, or we'll see if TJ does, I should say, because this is a pretty tough power-up to get sometimes.
This is a very tough. You have a very tight window to jump to.
And TJ skips the power-up, so he just powers through the level.
Very nice platforming on his part. So Ben not far behind.
Ben very close behind, and once again with the power-up advantage. So this race is incredibly tight, folks. We are heading into 6-4, another tricky level. We'll see how these runners do here.
Oh, gets hit by the Lotaboo, and here comes Ben again, a nice high Potaboo. And gets hit on the fire bar. 6-4 does mirror 1-4 with the exception of more fire bars and more Potaboos that you have to get through.
Absolutely. One of our mirror levels, we failed to mention that 5-4 was also a mirror level because a lot was going on. It mirrors 2-4, and of course 5-3 mirrors 1-3. So a lot of mirror levels. We are going into World 7. You'll see another mirror level in 7-2 and 7-3. The mirror 2-2 and 2-3. But right now 7-1, a different level. So nice new exciting level for you all.
All right, TJ getting the power up. That's a very tough power up to get as a mushroom, almost impossible to get the flower from.
And Ben does the exact same thing.
Oh, takes a hit to the first set of Hammer Bros.
As does Ben. And TJ opts to grab the mushroom here at the end of this level, and Ben gets an unfortunate Hammer Brother pattern, trying to make some dodges here. He hasn't gotten hit yet. Really good dodging so far. Waiting it out. Patiently waiting. Waiting for his spot.
Ooh,
we'll see if there is ever an opening.
Not getting fortunate at all with these.
I wonder if he's waiting for them to charge.
All right, there we go. Nice job.
All right, well done by Ben.
TJ's now into our second swim in 7-2.
That was very good patience by Ben. He still gives himself a chance because when we head into World 8, and what you'll see here, actually, I want to mention this before we talk about World 8. TJ did a duck swim, and what that does is it changes. So if you duck on the ground and swim in a swim level, it changes Big Mario's hitbox so that he has the small Mario hitbox. So the top half of Mario cannot get hit, and you actually saw him swim what looked like going through one of the bloopers. With his head. That's because he had the small Mario hitbox by doing a duck swim.
Oh, very unfortunate blooper pattern there for Ben. He got caught in a trap that's tough to get out of.
So I'm looking in chat. These are not best of 3. This is a one-off race. The winner goes on, and the loser is not eliminated. They just go into the second chance bracket. So even though it is a one-off race against each other, they are not eliminated by losing.
All right, great power-up grab by TJ, going into 7-3 here. Again, mirrors 2-3. Oh, takes damage there. But a lot more cheats are coming at you this time.
So TJ went for the flagpole glitch, but his subpixels were wrong. So essentially that's... he basically didn't have the correct setup because he had to grab the power-up, but he was just hoping he had a good setup to do another glitch of the flagpole.
All right, 7-4 is our final maze level. Essentially with these mazes, whatever it seems to be the most difficult way to go through is how you have to get through. Ben has an advantage in his maze levels where in Super Mario All-Stars, they actually added a dinger that let you know when you took the right path. In the NES version, you don't have that.
TJ takes a death right back to the beginning of 7-4. He cannot take another death or he will game over and go back to the beginning of World 7. We really need to keep an eye on TJ here.
All right,
meanwhile, Ben playing it nice and safe at the beginning of 7-4. TJ with a little bonk in the maze there. Hopefully that doesn't reset the maze. And he's good. Now he just needs to be careful with Bowser.
Taking Bowser very careful and through. We'll probably take the intentional death to reset, the intentional game over to reset again, maybe?
I would believe so. There's a Buzzy Beetle right at the beginning of 8-1. I'm sure he will intentionally die. So we're going into World 8. World 8 has no checkpoints at all in any of these levels. So in a lot of the other levels, well, all of the other levels, if you get more than, let's say, approximately halfway, and you take a death, you'll usually start at that halfway point which is called a checkpoint. There are none of those in World 8. So if you take a death at any point in the level, you go back to the very beginning of that level. So we see TJ take a death right here. He's going to go back to the beginning of 8-1.
All right, Ben playing safe on here. Now, again, in the NES version, where you can jump a lot of these piranha plants at the beginning on these large pipes, you don't have that luxury in All-Stars. Ben also opting to take the safety star.
So this has definitely been a back and forth race. I think that's usually what you get when you got the two seeds that are very close to each other. It's been a really exciting race, and it is far from over. Lots of difficult levels left. 8-2 can be very difficult. 8-3 with the Hammer Brothers can be very difficult. And then, of course, the final level, 8-4. So still anybody's race, but certainly Ben has the advantage in time and also has one extra power-up. So right now, the race is in his hands a little bit.
Also, Ben has 5 lives. I think he's lost 1, maybe, so far this whole race. Has not taken a game over yet.
That's correct. He definitely has the lives advantage as well. And he grabs the Fire Flower there in 8-2. That'll really help him for 8-3. I think that is a very smart decision because he'll be able to Fire Flower those Hammer Brothers out of the way as long as he keeps that power up through the rest of 8-2.
All right, those 3 Koopas with Fire Flower is a very difficult get. And TJ with another death in 8-2.
TJ takes a death. He was just catching up to Ben because Ben, being smart and taking the end of 8-2 very safe, TJ was going quickly, caught up, but unfortunately took a death and now has to go back to the beginning of 8-2. And I believe he only has 1 life once again, so he's got to be very careful. If he takes another death, he'll have to go back to 8-1.
Oh, takes an early hit on the bullet bill for Ben. So now he has to navigate these Hammer Brothers without any help. Looking like he wants to go back for the power-up, and he does.
Very smartly done. He gets those Hammer Brothers off screen so they can't throw any hammers and grabs the power-up. Well done by Ben.
And takes a hit on the first throw. Now he has the second set. That fourth one is the trolley one. He gets through the
Oh, he goes right through the hammers. Beautiful. He ducked right in between 2 hammers. Way to recognize the pattern. I don't know if he still had the iframes. Once again, it was hard to tell, but that was amazing.
That was a power play. I am impressed with that move. All right. Oh, TJ gets a trolley hammer bro right there. Goes all the way to the bottom.
So Ben is into our final level, 8-4. He is in what we call the wall jump room. We'll see if he goes for the wall jump. It doesn't do a setup there. I know it's a little bit harder on All-Stars especially. Well, when you're small, it's even harder because you can't Fire Flower that piranha plant in the pipe out of the way.
All right, he takes the wrong warp very well. The only wrong warp that we're allowed to do in the warpless category. Coming up on our final
Technically,
swim.
there are a couple other wrong warps you're allowed to do, but they lose you time, so you wouldn't do them.
Fair enough. All right, TJ coming in, looking to finish strong. Ben is into the final room here. Takes on the hammer bro. He's through.
Gonna wait on Bowser.
And we have a winner.
And it finishes with a time of about 23:26. Well done by Ben. And TJ taking the wrong warp, making his way through the water section. Nicely done under the fire bar there.
All right. Ooh, nice challenge on that final fire bar. Get in underneath it instead of waiting.
Really good water section by TJ. Nice and high Potaboo. We'll see if Bowser's nice. Nope. But he waits and time at 23:59. Really great race by these two. It was back and forth, and they finished within just about 30 seconds of each other. 33 seconds or so, it looks like. So, excellent race. We'll see if we can get these guys in for some interviews here in just a minute.
GG.
Alrighty, looks like we have Ben in
we
here.
were in
Ben,
chat up there. We were just chatting. I was
Ben,
just
congratulations.
JK. He is incredible.
I was say, Ben, congratulations on your win. TJ, congratulations on your race as well. Really close, really exciting race, back and forth between you guys. Ben, first talk a little bit about your race. How did it go for you?
I don't know. How did it go? That was incredibly tense. Like the first 6 worlds, it was just, it was good fun, and then it was just back and forth. And it does get tense after a while because it's it's really fun. I watched pretty much the whole thing, listened to the commentary, and that was one hell of a match. So, oh my goodness, TJ, you here? Hello?
Yeah, TJ, are you here?
It looks like he's talking. I think he's having a bit of a mic trouble right now.
Yeah, it might be a microphone issue. He's typing in chat here, so I guess he's having a little bit of a microphone issue. But Ben, so you didn't have too many issues. Grabbed a couple power-ups along the way, but thankfully not too many deaths or anything like that. What was maybe your most tense moment of the race for you? There's TJ.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, my most 2 tense moments were that 8-3 dodge. So yeah, it got ugly.
That was unbelievable.
Fast, but I just about recognized. Sorry, excuse me. So I just about recognized the pattern after getting hit by that second one. So silly because I got the power up into 8-3, then I got another power up in 8-3. I don't know, I think my percentage plays were pretty good. That was the main thing, and just backup strats and playing it safe whenever I was ahead. But again, like TJ played really, really well. In World 8, the nerves kicked in, but somehow we pulled through.
There you go, and
just everybody
4-1 FPG.
I was just gonna ask about that, TJ. I was gonna say, very good race. Unfortunately, World 8 maybe got a little bit to you there at the end, but you showed off some really fantastic moments, especially with the 4-1 flagpole glitch. Talk to us about your race overall.
So I wasn't looking at the stream at all, so I had no idea what kind of pace I was on or where Ben was. I didn't really know. I was thinking like, all right, if I take a death, it's all right. I have a little bit of a buffer because Ben's on All Stars. But was it actually between us and World 8? I didn't know.
Yeah, it was. You were slightly ahead going into World 8, and then even with the intentional game over at the first part, you were slightly ahead. And then when you took that first death after the game over World 8, Ben got back into the lead there. But you guys traded the lead 2 or 3, maybe even 4 times.
Well, it's good to know that it was a good race, and it's also good to know I don't have to verse Cosmic anymore.
Congratulations, Ben. There's your reward.
That's right. So Ben goes on to face Cosmic.
Honestly,
and
about that, Cosmic is. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, how are you looking forward to facing Cosmic?
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be new nerves because at least kind of knew my fate going into it, but I'm gonna try and get sub 21 for Warpless All Stars, which is a decent time. It's kind of the equivalent of sub 20 on NES. And Cosmic as well. Cosmic could race me on All Stars and he would still trash me because he has world record fairly recently on All Stars as well, like 4 or 5 months ago, I think. So, it's just good. He's fun to race against. And
then TJ will be going into the second chance bracket. He will play the person that does not win the Rupert and Mars 02 match. So, TJ, are you going to be watching that match at all if you have a chance?
I'm definitely going to be trying to watch all the matches in this tournament. It's going to be fun.
Excellent. Spork, any other questions?
Other than that, TJ, who would you like to see in your second round matchup? Do you have a prediction for that race coming up?
Well, I think that Rupert is definitely he's at an advantage. He's been racing forever and he's super consistent. I don't know if you guys saw the recent 11 times Warpless category, but he just he took the world record in that a couple days ago.
All right, and Ben, tell us why you have a shot against Cosmic on this next race.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get creative here. No, I'm just looking forward to it. I think Cosmic's gonna, yeah, hot take here. I think Cosmic's gonna do really well. GT Ace, I think he'll do really well. I think Rupert, I hope Rupert will do well, and like Mr. Cat. Well, sorry, I'm just gonna name everyone, aren't I? And your race Elder was awesome earlier. You know, you got really close. Or sorry, I mean your match was really close, and you rocked it. So that was awesome. And just quickly before I go, there were a lot of really awesome people in chat tonight. Well, everybody was, but yeah, just thank you everybody. You know who you are. So and the commentators and just everybody. So yeah, thank you so much.
Absolutely fun match to sit here and commentate through. Takate, any final words before we head out?
No, I just wanted to once again say GG to both runners. A really exciting, really close race. And tomorrow will be the next match in the tournament at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, USA time. So that will be between KT the Creeper and Stewie Cartman, with GTA send the call on commentary. So make sure you guys check out that next race. And I think that's going to do it. So we'll be signing off on this SMB1 Warpless Tournament for today. Once again, congratulations to both runners. Oh, looks like we do have one tonight. I skipped ahead. Actually, we have one tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, between Jeremy MKW and Dash Retro. So thank you, Rupert, for correcting me there. I skipped the line. That'll be on Speed Gaming 3. And we'll have Rupert and Josh on commentary. So my apologies for skipping over that one. But yeah, make sure to check that out tonight. Make sure to check out tomorrow's race. And we will be signing off here. So once again, GG, and we will catch you guys later. Take care, everyone.
GG, Ben. Thank you guys for commentating.
Yeah, well done, TJ. Seriously, you'll do well in the next bracket.
Thanks, and I think...
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Bye. See you, everybody.